Did you have a stage mother, as we have heard about the stage mothers?
One that wouldn't quit.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're looking at the former child stars of the golden age of Hollywood and the mothers who pushed them to great heights, for better or worse.
Mother always felt that if she wanted something and it happened to be yours, that didn't matter, she took it.
Gladys Flores O'Brien.
Wait, don't send my brother to the chair. Don't let him burn, please. Please, Wharton, please.
Meet Me in St. Louis star Margaret O'Brien was only 4 when she made her film debut. She became most notable for her ability to work up tears in a scene.
We could be happy anywhere as long as we're together.
Her mother, Gladys Flores O'Brien, was a flamenco dancer who had a special way of getting those tears to come. She stoked the professional resentment between her daughter and another young actress at the studio, June Allison. When her daughter couldn't work up tears on her own, Flores O'Brien would essentially threaten to get the makeup artists on set to apply fake tears. That made the tears come on their own. O'Brien's mom was no nonsense when it came to dealing with studio bigwigs and even went up against Walt Disney at one point.
So if I had a difficult time crying, my mother would say, well, maybe I better have the makeup man come over and put the false tears on. Of course, that means you're not as good an actress as June. What a shame. But we'll have the makeup man come over, and then I'd say, yes, I am, yes, I am.
Jean Poe Harlow Bello.
You know, my skin's terribly delicate, and I don't dare expose it.
Blonde bombshell Jean Harlow only lived to 26, but her position as one of the 1930s biggest stars was hard-fought, and her mother, Jean Poe Harlow Bello, was there every step of the way. Mother Jean moved to Hollywood herself to begin a career in the movies, but at 32, she was considered too old.
She came out to California pursuing aspirations of her own, and she failed, and she returned to Kansas City in defeat.
She poured all those hopes into her daughter, also named Jean. Harlow became a star, but her success was short-lived. Her early death of kidney failure was a tragedy. But Mother Jean's controlling nature led to various myths about her being negligent or downright responsible for her daughter's premature death. What's clear is that Mother Jean mourned her daughter for the rest of her own life.
The irony is that not only did she have a doctor, but even if she hadn't had a doctor, the doctors couldn't save her. She was beyond saving.
Sara Taylor.
I didn't go to football games or proms or any of that kind of thing. It was only later that I thought, wow, I really haven't had any preparation for the outside world.
Sarah Southern was an actress herself before she married Francis Len Taylor and bore a daughter, Elizabeth. She retired and left for England, but when war broke out in Europe, the family moved to the West Coast, and Elizabeth entered the film business at 8 years old. Sarah's ambitions for her daughter were a mirror of her own as an actress. Her instincts for publicity were apparent from the jump.
Her mother was very conscious of class, of socially aspiring, getting from one class to another, particularly for Elizabeth.
She systematically went about befriending the movie industry's heavy hitters. It paid off. Sarah negotiated offers from 2 different studios, and Elizabeth worked at both, becoming a huge star at MGM. The rest is Hollywood history.
Sometimes it frightens me. I see things as big as life and think they're real.
Minnie Marx.
How did they get their start? Well, Minnie, their mother, was a classic stage mother, and she pushed all of the boys into performing.
She may have been one of the original Momagers. Minnie Marx had come from a show business family in Europe. As their manager, she threw herself into making her sons big stars in America. Her business dealings required her to be a dominant personality, but that extended to her sons' lives and careers as well.
Minnie's determination to see her son succeed was possibly reflective of feeling a failure in her own life and feeling that these boys had it.
When World War I began, she even fought tooth and nail to get them exempted from military service. Gummo Marx would later say the war was a nice change of pace. A determined woman, she attended the Marx Brothers Broadway debut on a stretcher rather than miss it on account of a broken ankle. She passed away just as they were making their film debut.
You know the old show business story, break a leg. Well, Minnie did.
Everybody was hysterical and crying, and Minnie just went to the opening on crutches.
Lillian Coogan. Discovered by silent film maestro Charlie Chaplin, Jackie Coogan became a wealthy movie star, or at least he would have. But once he hit adulthood, his mother Lillian had a nasty surprise for him. She wasn't going to give him a cent.
At this time, I was earning, just from motion pictures, about $500,000 a year.
A lengthy court case began in 1938, and despite her tearful performance on the stand, Lillian stood firm in asserting that the money Coogan had made belonged to her. Moreover, most of it had been spent already.
It was kind of a shock because I thought I was a rich man, and I found out that I didn't have a cent.
She had even lied about creating a trust for the money years before. The two settled for a relatively small sum. The entire case led to the still active Coogan's Law protecting child actors.
There's nobody in the world to protect your child. And if the state doesn't step in, they're in big trouble.
Gertrude Temple. Nearly a century after she became a star, Shirley Temple is still a go-to example for child stardom.
In every bowl of soup I see lions and tigers watching me. I make 'em jump right through a hoop, those animal crackers in my soup.
She was world famous by the time she was 10 years old. Her mother Gertrude was pushing her to become a triple threat all the way. It was even Gertrude who gave Shirley her signature hairdo. The two were inseparable.
Did you have a classic stage mother?
No, my darling mother was probably the best mama that one could have.
On a Shirley Temple movie, even the directors demurred to Gertrude when they needed to give the child performance notes. The two were so close that Temple instantly forgave her parents for spending most of the money she made before she became of majority age.
She had no say at the studio, at Fox Studio. She had no say in who would be in films with me, what the films would be, no control at all. But she and I were partners, and we took care of each other.
She spoke only good about her mother after her passing. Joan Crawford.
No more hangers!
Unlike other mothers on this list, Joan Crawford didn't necessarily want her children to go into show business. According to Christina Crawford, her adopted mother would have been far too jealous to tolerate her daughter entering the same arena where she was famous. But Christina did become an actress, and insists her mother never helped her in this venture.
The image that she had as a private person, her public image as a private person, it was largely fabricated, and the people, most of the people in Hollywood knew it was a fabrication.
Despite their 4-decade age difference, Joan allegedly insisted on filling in for Christina on the soap opera The Secret Storm when her daughter was taken ill. But anyone who knows about Mommy Dearest probably knows this is one of the more low-key instances of Joan Crawford being a little intense.
When I was 13, she tried to kill me. And I was lucky that there was somebody in the house. They actually pulled her off of me, and then they called the police, and she tried to have me put in jail as an incorrigible.
Maria Zacharenko. A fortune teller once told the mother of Natalie and Lana Wood that her child would become famous. Maria Zacharenko clearly took that to heart.
Mama? I'm pretty. I'm a pretty girl, Mama.
At one point, Zacharenko allegedly offered Natalie to Frank Sinatra as a way of getting her into the business. Sinatra refused, but luckily ended up becoming a paternal figure to Natalie, who clearly needed someone in her corner. According to sister Lana Wood, their mother told Natalie to stay quiet about a violent attack by Hollywood star Kirk Douglas because it would hurt her career to come forward.
Acting was her entire life. She loved it.
Zacharenko made it her mission to get Natalie into movies by any means necessary.
I think it must be terribly difficult to be a child star of the magnitude that, somebody like Shirley Temple or Margaret O'Brien, where you really are a household word.
Yeah, there's almost no way you can.
It was hard enough for me to grow up.
Rose Hovick. In many ways, she is the ultimate stage mother. The Tony-winning Broadway musical Gypsy is inspired by Rose Hovick's single-minded determination to make her daughters superstars. And, according to historians, the musical paints a much rosier picture of her than real life.
And Mommy just loves chow mein, doesn't she, Chowsy, wowsy? Stop sucking your thumb, Louise!
Foisting her own frustrated desires to become a star on her children, Hovick eventually got what she wanted. June Havoc became a movie star, and Gypsy Rose Lee became a renowned burlesque artist.
And then I take the last thing off. Well, practically.
and stand there shyly, looking demurely at every man.
Hovick was a notoriously violent person and even tried shooting her daughter June's husband in 1928. Rose tried to exert her control over both women until her death.
Mother did what she wanted to do. She had a pipeline to God and didn't think that there was any threat from that direction.
Yeah.
And so it was a peculiar sort of a innocent murderess. You know, a whole different kind of killer.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Ethel Marion Milne. Much has been made of Judy Garland's traumatic and life-altering mistreatment at MGM. The constant stream of studio-mandated pills are largely responsible for her lifelong substance use disorder, early career decline, and premature death.
I keep putting her on diets, but she won't stick to them.
The more I work, the hungrier I get.
Tall and skinny, that's how they like them. And blonde. We have to go tighter.
All of this was made possible by her mother, Ethel Marion Milne. Milne's management style was harsh and relentless. If the studio wanted her daughter to weigh a certain amount, Ethel Milne co-signed. If Garland wasn't willing to do whatever it took to become a star, her mother made it impossible to refuse.
She would sort of stand in the wings when I was a little girl, and if I didn't feel good, if I was sick to my tummy, she'd say, "You get out and sing, or I'll wrap you around the bedpost and break you off short." So I'd go on and sing.
At the end of Ethel's life, Judy was no longer speaking to her. Honestly, who can blame her?
Her mother looked upon her, I'm sorry to say, really, as a meal ticket.
Did you already know about these domineering stage mothers? Tell us in the comments.